my name's Mandy Frizzell and I'm a teacher here at CBA. Now that you've learned how to log into Buzz and you've downloaded Office 365 to your computer, it's time to jump into our classes, and I'm going to show you how to navigate those courses. So let me just turn this camera around here. I'm on the cba.org website. I'm going to the Student tab, clicking on Buzz for K-8, and I'm already logged in as my fake student Noah Smith. So, oh, I guess I'm not. So I'm going to log in real quick, and this opens up my Buzz homepage. So from my Buzz homepage, I have access to all the courses I'm enrolled in. There's some few important pieces here. Just want to go over those quickly. Announcements. Anytime your teacher posts an announcement to the class, you'll see that highlighted here. Looks like Noah has 2 announcements to read. Courses. This title gives me all access to all of the courses I'm enrolled. To-do list. When I click on this, it gives me a list of activities that are due in the upcoming week. This is a handy tool, but please be careful. Don't click on these activities. They'll take you directly to the location we turn in our assignments, but it bypasses the lesson and all instructions. So it's okay to use the to-do list to schedule out your week, but don't click on any of these activities. And then activity stream. This is a location you can go. I recommend my kids do this every morning. Jump to your activity stream, review your grades, and any teacher feedback. So if I were Noah, I would see I really didn't do too well, and my teachers have left me some notes. So let's go back to our homepage. We'll click on courses, back to our homepage, and from our homepage, when I look at each of my courses, I see my grade in that class. So language arts, Noah has a 10%. I can see his progress. He's just barely gotten started. And parents and students alike, if you'd like to review your grade book, if you click on this little icon, it will open up your grade book. And Mrs. Nelson will talk about that in greater length later in this course. So today we're going to use science as our example. So I'm going to go ahead and click on science. And once I do that, it opens up my course landing page. All of your courses have course landing pages. So the landing page, it really is a lot like a syllabus in a traditional classroom. You'll find teacher contact information, so name, phone number, email address, and all kinds of important information that is specific to my class. This first day of school, I would probably jump into each of my online classes and I would review the landing pages, just so that I have an idea of what to expect. If I scroll down below the landing page, I'll see a series of files, and those files really are kind of like the table of contents of a book. The welcome and getting started folders, those are like the forward in a book. There's some really helpful information there, but we're not going to find lessons or assignments located in the welcome or getting started folders. And Mrs. Beck Friends will talk a bit about those later in the course. Today we're going to focus on how to get started within your classes, how to find lessons, and how to locate assignments. So you'll notice that this course is broken into 6 modules. We're going to work in order. I'm going to use Module 2 as my example today just because Module 1, we've already been in that and it might be a little bit confusing. So we're going to go ahead and click on the module that we're currently working in. And again, you'll see more landing page content. A lot of your teachers will use the module landing pages to post resources that will help you with that particular module's lesson. So here there's a little bit of information, a couple of videos, just additional content that will help you in this particular module. Okay. If I scroll down below that, I can view all of the modules, lessons, and assignments. So all of your online courses are organized very similarly. Most of your courses will start with a pretest. Your grade that you earn on your pretest does not contribute to your overall score. This is just a tool to help you see what you are going to learn and also to help you see what you already know. So just a handy tool. Your pretest is followed by a series of lessons and assignments. And it concludes with what we call a discussion-based assessment and a module exam. So the discussion-based assessment, this is, you'll often you'll hear those referred to as DBAs. And DBAs are just a time to pick up the phone, call your teacher, and spend some time reviewing the concepts that were taught in the module. Some of your teachers offer alternates to the DBA, and you'll know those. You'll know if they provide those alternates based on instructions that you see within the DBA lesson. So some things to take note of. You'll see that all of the lesson titles are repeated twice. So if I look at 2.01, I see biological interactions, followed by another 2.01 biological interactions. That first 2.01 biological interactions is the lesson. And lessons are always depicted by this icon right here. So it looks like a blank piece of paper. That's my lesson. Assignments are depicted by this icon here. It looks kind of like a letter, or if you scroll down to 2.03, this icon here looks like a multiple choice test. So we'll talk a bit about that in the next video, but just something I want you to take note of now. And so let's go ahead, let's just take a look at our lessons and what those look like. So let's click on 2.01 biological interactions, and this is the top 2.01 biological interactions with the blank piece of paper icon. So when I click on the lesson, this is what your lessons will look like, and this is pretty similar for all the CVA courses. So we have these tabs at the top, menu, notes, glossary, print, and so on. You'll see these in all of your courses. They are just some tools that can help you throughout the year. And then right here, page 1 of 7, this just tells me there are 7 pages in the lesson. If I click on this, I can navigate to the different pages. Or if you're like me, you can just navigate through the pages using these little toggles to the left and right. So the first page of each lesson typically includes a link to a note-taking sheet or note-taking worksheet. So if I click on guided notes, it opens up a tool, really handy tool to help me through the module or through the lesson. I can either print this or I can click open file. If I click open file, I can save it to my desktop or to my documents, and then I can print within these boxes. Some of your teachers will require you to complete notes. They are extremely valuable because you can use them on your assignments, your quizzes, and your tests. And they also help you to really get down the key concepts for each of your lessons. So I definitely encourage note-taking in my own course. One other thing you'll notice about CVA digital or online lessons is that there are a lot of hyperlinks and embedded activities, things like focus questions. It is incredibly important that you take the time to read everything, answer those questions, make sure that you're hovering over some of these links. You'll see usually they're underlined or they're a different color text. And you'll even find some embedded activities within your lesson in this instance. It's really important that you take time to do these activities because we're in a traditional classroom. Your teacher will often pause and provide opportunities for learning. In an online classroom, those activities, they're part of your lesson and they become your responsibility. So definitely make sure you're taking the time to complete these activities. So one last piece. I'm going to go to the last page of my lesson. And in all of your courses, on the last page of the lesson, you will always find a summary or a review of the learning objectives. I always encourage my students to take some time, read through these things. In this instance, we have some key questions, some vocabulary, If these concepts are not included in your notes, make sure to include them. You're likely to see them again on tests, quizzes, and assignments. And then last, assignments are always, always, always located at the bottom of the last page of each lesson. So in this instance, we have, it tells us our assessment is to complete the 2.01 biological interactions activity. That's listed right above us here in this section. Again, there's a hyperlink to instructions. There are a couple of articles we need to read. There's even a sample here and a grading rubric. Take advantage of all of the links. Open up attachments, save them to your computer, but you'll always find assignment instructions and often grading rubrics on the last page of each lesson. One last thing I'd like to show you. Once you've viewed a lesson, you'll get this little green check mark, and that just tells you that you've been to that lesson, you've seen that lesson. If you click in the lesson and you don't go through all the slides, you'll still see that green check mark. So it doesn't mean you're totally done, but it just tells you that you've been there. So thank you for following along and learning how to open your lessons. In the next video, I will show you how to submit assignments.